some foods for thoughts here on this. It's not too bad of a Friday morning. It would be 26th, July 26th, 10:31. I don't know, just mulling over some things here. Maybe I'm not appreciating what some of these Ichiban ladies are going through in order to try to spite me. I would say it's flattering if I had actually done something to deserve this onslaught. I provoked you by thinking you were awesome. Great. But no, it's occurring to me more and more that, I don't know, there's two ways to look at it. One, they don't have a choice. They sold themselves. So now they gotta do whatever the fuck they're told to do, otherwise their whole lives go in flames like mine has. But there's still a part of me that feels like they do have a choice. At some point along the line, they have a choice to walk over here and drop this stupid charade, but they'd rather sit over there with the tweaking, retarded goblins and gremlins and trolls and shit. Like, types of retards that would rip up the Mona Lisa just to be a retarded jackass who ripped up the Mona Lisa. What sucks is we seem to be moving into a stage of humanity to where the scale is kind of tipped in favor of the people who would get off on watching some retarded tweaker tear up the Mona Lisa. See, like way back in the day, all kinds of crazy days ago. I mean, yeah, debauchery. You guys spell words funny. Like degenerate, bullshit, nasty, asinine behavior, trolls and goblins. I mean, yeah, they existed. There was pillaging, there was rape, there was murder, there was chaos, there was satanic ways in different places, but the scale wasn't tipped in their favor. When it got to a certain point, kingdoms in the surrounding area would draw men, raise swords, and take care of the situation. I mean, that'd be like, say if Tennessee just started going apeshit, doing all kinds of crazy stuff like what Lompoc's been doing. Well, like, it wouldn't be the military moving in on Tennessee, it would be all the surrounding states moving in on Tennessee to deal with the problem. That used to be what the world was like, but I don't know why I'm getting into all the philosophical stuff. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the fact that, like, Angelina Jolie, Queen of the Earth, came to Lompoc, spent a few months toying with me from a distance before agreeing to have herself tortured to death by a group of tweakers, pretending they were me, using my Facebook crap and my IQ stuff from back when I was doing research online. Brad Pitt's loving on this situation. I don't know what the fuck. A while back on my Instagram, you'd have to scroll down quite a ways, but I remember I picked up a king snake and pulled a thorn out of its side. You have to scroll down to that video to see how cool it was, but for whatever reason, Brad Pitt seems to be kind of attached to that physical metaphor, and I don't agree with it. I don't know. If you want my blurted out scenario, I think maybe if you whittled it down simply, there were two Angelina Jolies. One who was the real one, signed the contract to make her career happen. They made a double of her that was so accurate her own children couldn't tell, and the double was the evil one, going out and doing all kinds of decrepit, stupid, monstrous stuff. And when it came down to it, it was time to, deal with one of them. And I think the good one, the real one, is the one that got turned into rat shit, while the evil one is cackling hysterically. Because, I don't know. The point I wanted to make here is some people aren't believing me when it comes to how decrepit and, what's the word I'm looking for here? Eccentric these crimes I'm talking about really are. But when you've got somebody who's using the veil of amnesty, using a mask, pretending to be somebody else, their confidence is doubled. It's not them doing it, and as long as they believe nobody else knows, I'm watching this kind of crap happen. These pathetic swine will torture, rape kids, and then light them on fire and walk up to Circle K and feel sorry for themselves that they're homeless. Elongated, droopy eyes, begging people for money and feeling upset when they don't get $1. Then they go right on back down to the riverbed and torture, rape another woman to death before lighting her on fire, laughing hysterically at her agony. And then literally go back into town, wiping blood and smut off of their hands, and having the fucking audacity to actually feel offended when people don't give them everything. That's trolls and goblins for you. And they're everywhere out here. Again, my amazement isn't so much with the trolls and goblins. They're trolls and goblins. That's what they do. It used to be you see one, you kill it. These days, however, the dilemma is the powers that be want these goblins doing what they're doing. So they're at the top, infiltrating all the way down to the bottom throughout all the systems, all the courts, all the food stamps, everything, doing stupid shit like making it illegal to kick homeless people out of a shelter for being intoxicated or under the influence of drugs, making it against the law for cops to be able to search people. Just putting cops behind so much red tape. I mean, what are they? They're glorified security guards at this point. Meanwhile, these goblins and tweakers and trolls, they just get more and more freedom, more and more money shoved into their pockets, Obama phones to network and tweak out on. And the amount of crime is just, I don't know, it's weird. It's not like statistically it's going up, but physically it is. It's just nobody cares anymore. More and more people are living through it, with it, liking it. It's weird. I'm not trying to give these stupid trolls and goblins a free pass to keep doing what they're doing, but I'm not going to be used as a, I don't want to say scapegoat, but sorry, back to my original point. Not to rabbit trail so much here, but you're seriously telling me you're going to sit over there with these retarded goblins and trolls and tweakers? The conversation can't be very palatable. But all of that is just a ruse to try to make me look dumb. And again, it's like a third of Hollywood going along with it, pushing the story, doing everything they can to cookie cut and spray paint. Women like Jennifer Love Hewitt, Natalie Portman jumped in on this early on, realized they had made a mistake, and now they've been doing everything they can to burn down the truth and keep their mistake going, even though they know it's a fallacy. That desperation, that all cannons firing at will, non-stop type of attack on me is what tells me I'm doing correctly. They're the ones desperate to have this truth revealed. And I don't know what the fuck her problem is. I mean, if Jennifer Love Hewitt, again, had just stopped shooting me for 5 seconds, walked over and said, "Hello, we have a few questions for you." But that simple, easy, I don't know what to... I got some psychology points here I wanted to try to make, but I'm just kind of rambling at this point. I'm so tired of the situation. I'm so tired of people, man. Your stupid, snooty, snarky attitudes and your worthless faces prancing about on the pedestal of control, self-delusion, making fun of me for a story that everybody knows is a blatant lie because you have nothing else on me. It's like a group of people walking up to my closet, every last one of them jabbering on and on and on about how full my closet is of skeletons and terrible things. They get to my closet, not only is there no door because I'm not hiding anything, there's nothing in my closet. So then these asinine jackasses all click on the same vibration, smiling from ear to ear with one another, and as they walk away from my closet, start talking out loud about how terrible and full of skeletons my closet is, even though they just saw that it's no door and completely empty. But then they walk away from it, surely, matter-of-factly, talking about how terrible and stuffed full of skeletons my closet was. You see, maybe you're not catching on. And that's what I'm dealing with. I'm watching people juggle a fallacy desperately just so they have something to grin at me about. What the fuck?